Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here coming to you live from, where am I? Junction, Texas. Sorry, brain fart on that one. Um, so what have we been up to today? Well, I will tell you this, it was a very cold day today. Our high today was 48 degrees Fahrenheit, which for my New Zealand family and friends is 9 degrees centigrade. But it was a wet cold, so it felt colder than it actually was. Um, we had a lot of rain coming overnight, a lot of wind. Thankfully, I didn't have the awning out, so we weren't getting too much shaking going on with the wind. I actually woke up at 6, so I overslept my sleeping time. That was fine. It's a rest day. It's a rest slash work day, so it's one of those days where I have to somebody's whining at me. Where I have to get my balance um, as far as making sure I get enough rest, but at the same time making sure that I keep up with my work and I don't let things lapse. So it was a very interesting day. We got up at 11:30. We got up at 11:30. Zeffy was like out cold on the bed. When I let her out of her crate, she was like out cold. She wasn't. No, sorry, it was 10:30. 10:30. We got up 10:30. 11:30. We went for the walk. And she was just out cold. She wasn't interested in getting out of the bed. She just snuggled down in between me and the body pillow, and she was happy to just stay there. So I just laid in bed, read for a little bit, and then I got my phone out and went through and just started sorting through emails. So I got all my emails done, got my social media stuff done for the morning, which is my usual morning routine once I'm up and dressed. So I just laid in bed and did that this morning, and it was nice and snugly warm there. We did have the heat on overnight on the furnace, and that's set to come on if the RV gets down to below 55. So yeah, it was warm and snuggly in bed. We weren't pressed for anything. Had a couple of appointments later in the day, so we just had a nice, quiet, relaxing morning. And so got some reading done, got some work done, then got up, had a shower, got dressed, and then we went out for a walk. So it was like 11:30 by the time we got out for a walk. And I went over to the dog park area, and they have 3-foot high fences around there. So I'm a little concerned about Zeffy jumping them, but she was too busy sniffing everything today. And as soon as she was done with her business, she walked straight over to her leash and just sat there and looked at, well, she didn't sit because she just looked at it and then looked at me and looked back at the leash. She says, okay. So I got her out of there, and then she wanted to go for a walk around the park. So we went along one path, and then we just came to these huge puddles. And I was like, yeah, no. And I had sneakers on. And so I said, we are not going that way. We are not walking through the water. And we couldn't walk around it because it overflowed onto campsites that were occupied. And one of the campground etiquettes is that you don't walk through another person's campsite. It's just etiquette. It's like somebody walking through your backyard. You don't do it. Or your front yard. You don't do it. So we just turned around and walked back again, and she was eager to get back inside. And she kind of like looks up at the dashboard, looks at the curtain up there and looks back at me and looks up at the curtain. Okay, so go and open the curtain for her. And she spent most of the day up there, and I opened up the other blind so she could look out. And then I had breakfast and then got stuck in getting some work done. Had a great one-to-one meeting with Laura, who I'm going to be meeting when I go in person when I get to Colorado Springs. So looking forward to meeting her. We had so much in common. It was just really great to get to know different people. I love that. I love getting to know people. Love getting in the mix of things. And then I thought I was running late for my mastermind group meeting, and then I realized, hang on, I'm looking at Central Time, and it was after 1 o'clock Central Time, and our meeting was at 1 p.m. Pacific Time, but of course in my head it was 1 p.m. We were late for the meeting. And she said, no, just relax. I'm like, okay, I got this. So had time to go and have lunch and all of that sort of stuff before I had to get on the meeting and everything else. And then tonight, I'm going to get back to the meeting in a second because I have an apology to make. So I'm going to do that. So tonight I cooked up my steak I bought yesterday. It was just the thin sirloin tip that was cut about anything. So I can't really screw that up, but I am not a steak cooking person. I'm not. I gave it a whirl. Bread's tasted so much better. And it's been probably, let's see, you passed in September of 2017, so it's probably been he stayed for me that much earlier in the year, so probably at least 3 years since I had his steak. I still remember how it is, and mine just didn't compare. But then he also cooked it on the grill outside of the barbecue, and I have no idea how to even operate one of those things. I remember one time he called me up on his way home from work, and he says, he said, I'm going to cook up those steaks. And I said, okay. He says, can you turn the grill on? I went, no. He goes, I was like, I have no idea how to turn it on. If I can't turn it on, how can I cook on it? So, so I walked through the instructions on how to turn on the grill so I could get the right temperature when he got home. But tonight I cooked up the steaks. I cooked up some mushrooms to go with it. I can't have steak without mushrooms. It's just not right. And did a quick kind of a fry / scrambled on the eggs to go with it because I like steak and eggs. So instead of having chips, I had mushrooms. Steak, eggs, and chips are good for breakfast, but I didn't have any chips, so it was mushrooms. Oh, and for you Americans, that's fries. The hot chips. So yes, I had that. It was really good, and I was sitting here eating it, and Zeffie kept jumping up onto the bench, and she was like, looking at it and whining. I was like, no, that's mine. Yours is over there. And she's sort of like, yeah, no. She was not a happy camper that she didn't get to get any of my steak, eggs, and fry and mushrooms. But it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great, and that kind of annoys me. That, but I had 2 pieces in there, so I've got the other piece cooling right now, and I'll use that tomorrow. Like cut it up and put it in a salad for lunch tomorrow. Or maybe for dinner. I haven't decided yet. I'm going to cook up some more eggs. And I'm probably going to hard boil some eggs. I'm going to do it tonight. No, I won't have time to cool them off tonight. So tomorrow when I get so that'll be tomorrow night's dinner, the other bit of steak with some salad. And when I get to San Antonio tomorrow, I'll pull out the Instapot and get some eggs hard boiled in there, because that one can do 12 eggs at once, hard boiled, and they come out really good and really easy to peel when they come out of the Instapot. So it takes a little longer on a stovetop, but I can get 12 eggs cooked at once, and they're really easy to peel. I don't have so much success when I do them in a pot because they're not as easy to peel as they are from the Instapot. So now I have to make an apology to everybody, because it got pointed out to me during the mastermind group that I do these summary Facebook lives every day, which is good. But I don't show you guys through videos and lives what I'm actually doing, like walking around when I walk around the park, the RV resorts and stuff. What am I, what's it like? I'm not showing that to you. If I'm, like I was out with Mary on Monday, Sunday, whatever that was, when I was in El Paso, looking at the dinosaur tracks. I should have been on Facebook Live with it, showing you guys these dinosaur tracks on the hillside. And when we were in at the Sugar House, should be walking around that doing a Facebook Live. So I haven't had my live hat on. So I apologize for all of that. But moving forward, you guys are probably going to get fed up with me, because I will be doing more Facebook Lives, especially when I'm like in parking areas and stuff, rest areas and things. And hopefully I can catch up with the Scotsman from who's doing the cycling around the world, because he's going along the I-10 at the moment, same route that I am. And I kind of pass him whenever I'm driving the RV, and twice now we've ended up in the same parking area. So next time I end up in the same rest area as him, I'm going to see if he will do a Facebook Live and talk about his trip around the world on a bicycle. So yes, I have to apologize profusely for telling you these wonderful adventures but not showing you them as they happen. So I am making my promise and my commitment here that I am going to be more diligent about doing this. So if I'm not doing it, please let me know. Hello. Hi. You gonna pop up and say hi? No? Yes? No? Look, you gonna say hi to everybody? Yeah, we're gonna have a Zeffie's, and we started a new hashtag today on Instagram, just called Zeffie's Adventures. She may end up with her own Instagram account. I think I might do that with her too. So we'll have Zeffie's Adventures. That's a hashtag, Zeffie's Adventures. She's got her first picture up there today, which is the one of her last night, sitting after she had pulled out toys and played with them, and then sitting there looking at her toy box, trying to decide which toy to pull out next. It was just, she sat there for ages, just staring into this box. But so we will be at some point doing a Instagram account for her, getting that set up as well, and may start a group for Zeffie's Adventures, where we can just put stuff in there about Zeffie and everything that she does. But again, my apologies for not having my thinking cap on, and having you guys experience the adventures with me through Facebook Live, or even if I can't do a Facebook Live at the time, videoing it, excuse me, and then posting the video later on. So I apologize for that. I'm going to make a valiant effort to be more vigilant and to think of more things that I can, like, you know, when I pull over a rest area, talk about the drive, I'm going to look at getting a dash cam to go in the front of Sparkles there so I can get some of the video, because some of the scenery that we come across as we're going is just incredible, and I would love to capture some of that. So I can post it later on, but that one will probably go straight to my YouTube channel. I don't know. We shall see. Might have to learn how to edit videos so I can kind of like splice stuff together throughout the day, and you can just sort of see a recap of my day that way. But I'm going to be more vigilant about having you guys come on the travels with me instead of just doing these summaries. So thank you to my mastermind group for pointing that out to me. I appreciate them always looking out for me and saying, hey, look, you're out there. Why are we not seeing this stuff? You're talking about dinosaur tracks and you didn't show us. And I'm like, I'm sorry. You talked about the sugar house. You didn't show us. I'm sorry. So, yeah, I'm going to have to put my thinking cap on a little more. And I think I'll put post-it notes around the place. Did you Facebook Live this? Did you Facebook Live this? So, yes, I apologize for that. For the injustice that I have, I'm just telling you and not showing you. So that's it for me. Tomorrow we get up early. We haven't had any rain since this morning. It was misting a little bit when we went out for a walk, and we hadn't had any since then. So, and we're on a sand base, so hopefully it's drained enough that we won't have any problems driving out of the site today. But I do know I'm going to take a very sharp right turn out of the site to go back up the road that in here, because going the other way there's too much standing water, and there's no way I'm going to drive Sparkles through that, not knowing, one, if I can get out the other side, or two, how deep it is. So we shall see. But Zeffy had fun today watching a guy tent just out here, because there's a big tent area out the window here, and it's dark, so I can't show you. So yeah, so she had fun watching that, and now she's trying to knock herself out with one of her toys by shaking her head. And crazy dog, I tell you. So yeah, so we're going to be starting Zeffy's Adventures, and we're going to have a group called Zeffy's Adventures, and should have her own Instagram account. But right now she's on Instagram with the hashtag Zeffy's Adventures. So hope you will follow along. And I'm out of here. I got to go do dishes now and get ready and start packing things up, so we're ready to go tomorrow morning. So when I go to bed tonight, everything that can possibly be done is done. And in the morning, I just have to collapse her crate. And yeah, just the things that I normally do in the morning. So I've got as little to do tomorrow as possible. So that's it from us from here. And tomorrow I will be more vigilant about making sure we include you guys on our travels as we go. So have a super fantastic sparkling evening, and we will catch you guys tomorrow from San Antonio, Texas. Hey, konera.